Now, all this week, we're going to be uncovering clever ways to make a big difference to your bank balance in our brand new Save in 7 Days series. It's new.
Yes, today our consumer expert Alice Beer is kicking things off by showing how trimming just a few pennies here and there could add up to over £1,500 in total savings.
A lot.
Alice, please tell us more, because that's a holiday.
It certainly is. It's certainly Christmas, a couple of times over, isn't it? Look, it's very hard to say to people you can save money when families are struggling to get to the end of the week and put food on the table in a cost of living crisis. But what we're looking at today is the whole... Do you remember the American Airlines story where the boss of American Airlines in the 80s said we're going to take an olive out of every first-class salad?
Yes, I do.
And over the year save $500,000. So this is the premise. Grandma says, look after the pennies and the pounds look after themselves. I know, money is very, very tight. But here are some really interesting ways you can sort of kick the habit.
Come on.
First thing is quite fun to do with the children. Children these days don't have purses or pockets full of coins. So this is kind of to get their mindset into the saving the pennies. Today, start them off. You save 1 pence today. Tomorrow, you put 2 pence into a jar. The next day, you put 3 pennies into a jar.
I can see where this is going.
You can see how it's developing, can't you? 365 days' time, you will be putting £3.65 into a jar. So, yes, it does add up. At the end of the year, you'll have £667.96. And that teaches children that actually saving those pennies adds up and it becomes fun.
Yeah.
And you're not just getting coins in the back of it. So if you actually are paying into the jar, and it's a really good saving. Now, the next thing you can do is turn those pennies into pounds. If you look at your current account at the end of every day, and sometimes we do, thinking, oh, my goodness, it's just dwindling, there will be pounds, hopefully, there will be pennies. If every day you switch the pennies into your savings account, you can do that with banking apps quite easily or automatically.
Like that, yeah,
over the year, if you're doing just 30p a day into an interest-bearing savings account, you're going to have 100 quid by the end of the year. So just get those pennies into savings. You're not going to notice them. Next, now I'm going to talk about those coffee shops. I get on the tube, I go on buses, and I see people with shop-bought coffees. How can you afford them? You know, if you're doing one every day of the week, then good luck to you. You're earning more money than God. But if you're buying 1 coffee a week and you can forego that discretionary spend, £3.50 a time, is it?
Yeah,
over a year, do the maths.
A lot.
Exactly. £182 over a year. One shop coffee a week. It's a lot, isn't it? It's an awful lot to give up. But sometimes that's a spontaneous spend, isn't it? You're walking along and you think, oh, I really feel like a coffee. Fine, I'm not going to tell you to give up your vices and your treats.
Alice Beer said, don't do it.
Yeah, well, if you started telling me to give up my vices, you know, that would be a whole other story. We'd be here all night, wouldn't we? OK, let's move on now to sharing membership. If you're a member of Amazon Prime, Netflix or Disney, you know, those are joyous things and they're quite useful things and we all get together as a family and watch stuff. But perhaps I'm watching things and I've got a membership and you've got a membership and we're close friends. We could make a household membership.
Even if you're not in the same house?
You don't have to be in the physical same house. You have to be in the same country, but we could form a household. Now, I know Netflix specifically are cutting down on exploiting this, you know, people just sharing their membership among, you know, almost strangers. But you can form a household with a friend or close family and if you cut down and shared a membership over a year, just Amazon Prime, that would be £47.50 over the year.
There's so many devices that you can use, though.
Yeah, there's about 6 devices and you can share it with a certain number of adults, a certain number of children. But if you look at it, actually, it can be done. It doesn't work for everybody, but it can be done.
You can have 2 devices, I'll have 4.
Well,
I'll leave you to argue that one out.
All right, fine.
Now, we all know, cost of living, we've all switched to own label brands in the supermarket.
Which are great, by the way.
Which are great, but there's a few stubborn labels that we refuse to switch from, like the big Coca-Colas, the things that we've got used to, those brands we won't switch from. So let me convince you, if you are a Pringles fan and you pay £2.25 every week for 1 tube of Pringles, I've seen you.
I love a Pringle. I look off the Pringles, man.
If you switch to the Aldi version once a week and you pop that tub, Aldi are £1.49. So you're
they've got their own version of Pringles?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Over a year, you would save £364.
Think of the Pringles I could buy with that.
Switching 1 tub. I know. Well, I haven't eaten a Pringle since I was told that there are 12 calories in each one.
Oh, leave
that ruined the whole game.
You've looked, no Pringles, no coffee. Where do you have fun?
My husband's consultant said when he needed to gain weight after being very ill, they said, eat Pringles.
Yeah,
That'll help you gain weight. And I looked at him and said, oh, OK, not me then.
Oh, I love a Pringle.
Boring. OK, while we're in the supermarket, a lot of people who've got coffee machines think they ought to get the same label coffee pod as their machine, so the Nespresso ones, or maybe even the Starbucks ones, which are generally about 30p a pod.
They're dear.
They are dear. If you switch to Lidl, they're 20p a pod. Now, 1 coffee a day, I have a coffee every single day, £36.50. And I think, unlike somebody in the gallery, I actually prefer the Lidl pods.
Barry's
it's all a question of taste, isn't it? All a question of taste. I like them, and try them, because 20p a pod, 10p a day, £36.50. And if you and I were sharing a house and we both changed our pods, that's £73 over the year.
And you can also get, as well, I believe, you can get empty pods where you put, like,
you can.
coffee in it.
I've been there and done it, and I'm afraid that's one of my life's 2 shorts. Sorry, it's a great idea, it suits some people, but not everybody.
Fine.
Now I'm just going to do a very quick run through the less is more. So when you squeeze out your shampoo and your conditioner, and God knows you keep the conditioner industry alive, don't you, Ryan?
Yes, I do.
When you squeeze it out, shampoo, you are supposed to have 5 millilitres. That is 1 teaspoonful. You're way over budget on that. Less is more. It's not doing your hair any favours. Washing up liquid, washing powder, shampoo and conditioner, half the amount you use, and you will save at least £25 over the year, and honestly, your wash will be better, your hair will be better. We use far too much of all these products. It's literally money down the drain. And lastly, the last one I'm going to do is, it's so tempting to put on the washing machine every time there's a little pile of washing. Just save it up. If you did 1 less wash a week, you'd save £10.40 a year. 1 less tumble dryer a week, you'd save £52 a year. And your overall saving would be massive. All these little things, these are the olives in the salads of American Airlines.
There's your holiday.
Make those savings, and you will actually, it will pile up. And it's a good feeling.
She knows what she's talking about.
I mean, with all these savings you've worked out, you can save around £1,521.86.
We love you, Alice Beer.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.